Hola, buenos dias. Today I'm in San Martin de los Andes, North Patagonia in Argentina. Come here from Bariloche. If you are coming from Bariloche on a bus and you want to avoid heat and sun coming through the windows, don't sit on the left-hand side of that bus journey as the sun is very hot. This is the main square in San Martin de los Andes with a nice horse monument in the middle and two Argentinian flags. Very busy here, and there's a tourist group behind me. I've just been to the tourist information center, and this is because I wanted to go to Mirador Bandurrias. However, I didn't realize until he told me at the tourist information, apparently you have to pay 5,000 pesos, which is around £4, to go into a village and then back down onto the Bandurrias trail. So I'm going to try and do the trail without paying 5,000 pesos and see what happens. Should take around an hour from here in the center, and my first impressions of San Martin is pretty nice. Nice flags and buildings behind me here, very sort of mountainous region. It's quite cold in the morning, even in the summertime, which it is now, but definitely warms up throughout the day, and the sun is still quite strong even though it's not very hot. There's tennis courts through here. Look at that for a view while you're playing tennis. An old vehicle here, some kind of camper van. I don't know what's being stored inside there, with a little door for Adam Armstrong to get in. Now I'm just making my way back to my hostel before I embark on this hike. And my hostel is actually closer, so it's only around 45 minutes from here, but I got these nice rivers behind me here, and you can see sort of like the hills in the background. So the Mirador I'm going to be walking up to is somewhere up there. I'm just going to go and put a cap on maybe and fill up my water bottle before I go. So this is my hostel behind me. I couldn't actually be bothered to unpack my... Sorry, I just got interrupted. I couldn't actually be bothered to unpack my cap from my rucksack because it was just too far down, but I'm going to use a piece of paper that I got from the tourist information to cover my face while I'm walking. And I'm also going to show you the map that they gave me. So, here is the Mirador that I want to walk to. I am based somewhere here, I think, and apparently you have to pay 5,000 pesos here at this main road. So what I'm going to try and do is walk from here to here without going up here to the main road. And the reason I've got that idea is because on my... Okay, I don't think the birds want me to talk about this. Oh, they're just flown away. The reason I've got that idea is because I've got on my phone a map that shows that there is some kind of path from here to this Mirador, which would mean I would avoid this point here. So I've just walked around 5 or 10 minutes from the town centre or the village centre. It's quite a small San Martin. Usted está aquí is what it says there. I feel like the weatherman now trying to point. And I'm walking here to Mirador Bandurrias. It says green for hiking, brown for cycling, a brown for trail running. Visit the viewpoints. No litter. No pets or dogs. And apparently there's Wi-Fi here. Okay. Rather than taking this path up here behind me, I'm going to be taking this path here behind me, and this will hopefully be the point where the paths split and I avoid having to walk to the main road. This is quite interesting. It says Mirador Bandurrias that way, but I'm going to go this way. According to my map, this way should still join up. If I do go that way, it means I'm going back up towards the road, where I may have to pay 5,000 pesos, 5,000. And the bushes have opened up on my left-hand side. You can see a nice beach behind me in the lake. Now this lake stretches quite a long way. I want to say probably at least 5 kilometers. Actually more than that, I think around 10, maybe 15, 20. So I think I'm just going to be going a few kilometers in towards it today. There's a third split here with a sign in the distance. This sign does say Mirador Bandurrias again, up that way, but I'm going to be going this way. So far, so good. Maybe the first issue of the day. I've just walked a few minutes past a potential path that actually wasn't showing as a split point on my mobile phone map. So I just decided to follow the main path that I was on previously, but as I walked a few minutes further, it seemed with my GPS to veer off the track that I was supposed to walk on. So I'm just walking back now, and rather than continue on this path behind me, I'm now going to be going up this one. and see if that follows on my map. 5 minutes away from the Mirador, so all's going well so far. I haven't passed any ticket officers in the middle of the forest, and I've avoided the main road so far. Et voila, I've reached the viewpoint. Now the only other thing to mention is one of my digital maps, it says this is the viewpoint. On the Google Maps it says there's another viewpoint with the same name 2 minutes further up, so I'm going to walk there just to double check it. To be honest, the viewpoint in the video previously where I was sort of holding that branch, that was quieter and probably not too dissimilar to this one here. There's quite a lot of people here, so I'm going to walk up to the other one. Hopefully when I come back it's not as busy here. There is actually a sign before I got there saying Sendo Mirador Bandurrias, so I presume the official one is that way, and if you've paid to come from the main road you will have come from up here behind me. I've come from the rocky areas, so far so good. 5,000 pesos still in my pocket, and I can see why this is the main viewpoint, because you can see the real extent of the lake in the background. This is probably the nicest view of the day. It almost looks again a bit like a Norwegian fjord in the summer. Two birds hovering in the wind. I'm not sure what kind of birds they are. They look quite large. Oh, there's another one there. Look how they're just suspended in the air. The wind feels as though it's around 20-30 kilometers against the direction they're flying in. So I did a bit of declining rock climbing in order to get some of these pictures by myself. There's quite a lot of people sort of up here in this main area, so I've sort of traversed down around 5-10 meters to this front behind me. Got nobody in front of me and a beautiful view. Right, so I've had a bit of fun there, like Hans Gruber in Die Hard, and I'm going to make my way back up to the other viewpoint and then back to San Martin. I did it in the right order because there's no one at this viewpoint anymore. Again, a pretty decent viewpoint actually. You can see the sort of village, small town of San Martin there, and the beautiful blue lake with the beach there as well. I'm hoping to visit the beach later on today, maybe have a dip. And barring a miracle, I shouldn't get charged the 5,000 pesos, so I'm going to put the map that I used in this video now for anybody who wants to do the walk to the Mirador and avoid the charge. Essentially, I'm going to be walking down to this beach because that's where my hostel is, just a few blocks behind the beach, and it should take around 45 minutes. It took around 45 minutes to come up here, so I'll see you back down there, and if anything happens along the way, I'll of course record it. I'm going to be taking the same route that I came up in, because if I go the other way, there may be someone there asking for a ticket or something, whether I paid my 5,000 to come in. I presume there wouldn't be on the way out, but just to avoid any potential extra charges. So I've actually decided, just a few minutes after leaving the Mirador, this is the way I came up, and I saw this path on the left here. I checked my digital map, organic map, and there is another path this way, which I could have taken on the way up, but I couldn't find the way to it on the way up. I presume this is the way back, which also avoids the main road, so I'm going to give it a go because I've got time to spare, and why not? Probably 1 minute into this alternative return route, I've run into a slight issue. This path or this path, this one goes quite downhill. No clue. On my map you can't really tell the difference because they're going in similar directions, so I'm going to take the downhill one. So I've kind of just tumbled down that hill. There's another path going that way. According to my digital map it's a bit further up, but I think that might be near the main road. There's another path here. Not really sure which one to take. I'm going to take this one. Oh, my shoes are soaked in dirt. It's really dirty. It's really steep on the way down. I'm sure it wasn't this steep when I came up. Makes me wonder if I'm going the right way. There's a small hut just behind me down here, and I also heard a dog. Now, I thought there were no pets allowed in this park, but I wonder if people live here. Maybe they're allowed pets. And also don't know if the path continues. Definitely looks like there's a house here on this side. There is a dog down there. Don't know if you can see just behind that bush in the shadow above my bottle cap. There's a dog. I'm not going to risk walking towards that dog as it seemed quite aggressive. So I'm going to go back up the path, try and find another way. This is the main path. Back there behind that tree is where I turned right to meet the dog. So I'm now going to try down here across these logs. So this is the house that I came across, and I'm kind of on some kind of cliff edge at the moment. Not really sure where I am. I don't know if it's the best idea to walk along this edge. Whether it actually goes anywhere or not, I somehow doubt it. So I did walk along that ledge, and I'm basically on the face of this cliff here. I can't really see any more paths, so I'm actually just going to walk up or climb up to the top of this and see if I can see anything from up there. I've climbed up from this house, up this cliff face, up to this path, and based on the shape of this cliff, the way it comes around there, I'm going to walk this way and around there. I presume, well, I don't presume, I just hope that this path follows the way of water for Avatar 2 fans around that way. I was just walking and I kept feeling a pricking sensation in my leg, and it's because these spiky plants, or whatever they are, keep banging into my leg while I'm walking. I might be here a while. Finished picking them off, and then I saw on the left side of my jacket, I've got these to get off. Right, I've unplugged myself. The 45-minute return journey has turned into at least 1 hour 15. But I'm on my way again. Wow. So what just happened was I walked down a path and I ended up back at that house with the dog. So I turned around, and as I turned around, I just sort of exhaled as I was walking up the path. And when I exhaled, that noise seemed to trigger a noise in this dog. Now, the dog that was black in the video that I showed before, it was actually a different dog. This one was sort of smaller, big teeth, slightly akin to a bull terrier, I think. And it came charging towards me. And again, similar to my situation in Fez, I just had to react on the spot. So I ended up just screaming at it, and I made a slight movement towards it, and then we just had like a face-off. And then I just slowly backed away. Someone did come out the house. She apologised, and she was asking me if my leg got bitten, so I wonder if it's happened to someone else previously, but I said no, I'm fine, luckily. It's also handy she came out because she told me the way back, which should be on this path, I think. So hopefully I'm on the right path now, but it took a bit of an experience to find the way back. Okay, so I'm back now, no bite marks. Journey back took probably over an hour, I don't even know. I didn't set my stopwatch. But yeah, that's how you avoid the 5,000 pesos fee to get into Bandurria. I can't remember the name of the Mirador, but on the right side of the lake at San Martin. And if I was you, I would take the route that goes left, sort of in line with the cliff face, and come the same route back to avoid any potential confrontations with doggos. Perros. So I'm now walking to Playa San Martin Beach, which is at Lacar Lake, the same lake that I saw when I was in the doggy area, the forest area and the viewpoint area. And I'm gonna have a little dip. It's kind of hot-ish when the sun is shining. I've just stopped here because I'm wearing Crocs and I've got something in my croc. Kind of cold in the shade, so... Oh, there's another dog at the end of this road. You see just there in front of that red bus. There's two hikers walking towards it, so I'm going to use them as cover. If you're coming to Playa San Martin, there will be some street vendors alongside the beachfront, although half of them look closed at this time of day. It's around 5-6 o'clock in the evening at the moment. There's a nice monument here with big antlers. I'm not sure what the meaning is, but it's got a sign that says San Martin de los Andes, which is the name of the lake. The closer I get to the lake, the less hospitable it seems to actually swim in, because the wind is really picking up. I thought it was a sandy beach, but it's actually not. It's just really fine stone, and it's really quite cold. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be happening. This car seems to be going back into the lake. I'm not sure it's supposed to be pulling the boat out. It's not going too well. Yeah, it's really quite cold. Well, it's not. I mean, it's not like English weather, but there is a really cold. Obviously in the foothills of the Andes. I'm going to put my feet in the water and see how cold it is. I probably should just go straight in because... yeah, that's cool. This road here is where my bus arrived from Bariloche, and this forest here behind me, where my finger is there, is where the dog... So pretty happy with that. And 3 meters into that water, it turns into sand. So when I got in there, I actually took my Crocs off. The reason I went in with my Crocs is because it wasn't very comfortable walking on the stones. But it's quite difficult to swim with a Croc in each hand. In case anybody wants to know whether that's easy or not, it's actually easier to swim with 2 Crocs in one hand and leaving one other hand free. It's really windy here. The only other thing I'm going to do is maybe buy some groceries to make dinner tonight. And I'm going to be able to record that just to show you what they've got in the supermarket here. There's a lifeguard hut here as well. But overall that beach was not the most comfortable to walk on, and I would actually advise not walking barefoot on this beach, because as I was walking through with my Crocs, there were lots of pieces of sort of small broken glass on the beach. There's lots of sort of camper van places around here, and there's actually one by the beach, and walking around here you get to see some really nice old sort of retro camper vans. They're sort of half falling apart. ¿Es posible?
Regalo.
Gratis? Muchas gracias. They've got lots of fruits on offer. This morning when I came in they had loads of bananas on offer, but all the bananas have gone. I think because they were on offer today it was a really good price. They must have really gone off the shelves quickly. This is the vegetable section and the fruit section over here. What happened was, okay, so I'm in the supermarket now. I've just actually been speaking to the staff here, 3 different members of staff, because earlier on today when I came in here, I was looking in the hot plate area, and they had some nice sort of beef sausages with just beef barbecued, basically, chorizo asado. And when I came tonight, there was only one left, which was this one. But it didn't have a label on it. So I went to ask the woman at the self-service tills, could I still buy it if there's no label on it or anything like that? And she came from all the way over there on the other side up to here where they make it, and they said they couldn't make a label. I think the hours of service for the hot plate area is only till 8 o'clock. So then she said it's not possible. I said, oh, you sure it's not possible? Then I said, can I have it for free then maybe? And then she said, didn't really seem, she said no, but she took me to another woman who was behind the main sort of desks where you pay for more than 15 items. There's a really long queue. I'll show you the queue actually. When I saw that woman, she took the sausages off me. She went into an office. Maybe she was asking the manager. They would allow me to have these Dorito sausages for free. This is the queue here, by the way, and that's half of it. The queue goes all the way up here and around this aisle. Here is where the queue starts. So you're going to be waiting at least 20 minutes in the queue here. She came out the office and she said I could have the chorizo for free. So I'm now going to go to the self-service till and scan everything except the chorizo because there's no label on it. So, happy days. This is the queue at the self-service till. My hair's a bit all over the place because I've been swimming. Customer service in the supermarket, they are very friendly. I'm looking around trying to find the name of the supermarket. It's La Andromeda or something like that. It isn't actually written anywhere. La Anonima is the name of the supermarket. So if any of the colleagues from La Anonima are watching this video, thank you very much for your customer service and have a nice evening. Quick glance at some of the prices. Today there's 40% off avocados down to around £3.50 per kilo. A big bottle of beer, 710 millilitres, centimetres cubed, is around £4.50 to £5. The price of my chorizo would have been 2,200, which is around £1.80, something like that. Steaks here can cost around £8. A big piece of chicken is quite cheap. You get it for around £2.50, £2. They sell lots of other things in here as well, like these TVs behind me. And I'm actually buying a deodorant in here. That's going to cost me around £1.40. And actually, in my bag, I'll show you what I've got in my bag. So I have the chorizo. I've got 4 oranges, 2 tomatoes, and this deodorant. And a 50-inch smart TV here, as an example, will set you back around £50 British. Spent 12 times, so that is around £600, or 729,000 pesos. So, that's it on a nice, fresh, mountainous, cold evening here in San Martin. It's not even that cold, it's probably like 16, 17, 18 degrees. This is La Anonima, which I'm leaving now. And yeah, a nice experience in there. I paid 4,000 for 60 millilitres deodorant, 4 oranges, 2 tomatoes, and well, the sausages were free, so 2 sausages as well, which is around £3 for all of that. Happy days, and time for dinner. Adios.